Ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond the binary, welcome to Being Trans. I am Amanda Bonanza. Next to me is Emily Kailyn. And down at the bottom there is Lilith Elektra. Hello, everybody. How are you doing this fine Saturday or Sunday if you're in Australia?
Or if yeah, just it is a fine Sunday. It's great. It is the the 18th of May here, but back in the States it is the 17th of May, which being born in the United States, that means that today is my actual birthday, even though we've been celebrating it big yesterday and essentially all week.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Emily.
birthday.
Thank
The
you.
question I have is how did you just turn 25 and your auto insurance is about to go down?
I can rent a car now.
We should get another drop as you get as you get close to 50. I'm not there yet. I got one more year to get there.
Are you suggesting the older you get, you should pay less in car insurance? Like the better you get at driving as you get closer to 80.
I mean, that sounds like typical. We shouldn't have to pay property taxes. We shouldn't have to pay sales tax. Shouldn't have to pay for insurance on our cars. We've already lived our lives. Carry us, society.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Carry us, society.
Look at you. Look at you, posting old.
I don't understand.
As our producer Raina can attest, I've gotten back into driving fast again, and so like I'm probably a worse driver than I was about 5 or 10 years ago. So there is that. But so we've been celebrating my birthday, and the reason that's hard is Charlotte has an early job. We're up at about 2 in the morning usually. And that's fine because it works great with working with the United States. That means that I'm at about the same time, waking up, going to bed. So I work with everybody that's back in the States. But then when we do like adult stuff here, we went out to dinner and a show 2 nights ago. Well, then essentially we're staying up till like 3 in the morning because like an early show that starts at 6 p.m. like that's our bedtime. That's actually after our bedtime. So doing adult things here at like what normal people would do them has really screwed up our schedule, and now my body doesn't know what time it is or what. I'm tired. You can tell by my sentences that my brain is not functioning. So I'm gonna do my best to hold it together today.
I can tell by the look in your eyes. So actually.
when you say you went to a show, is that like a live stage show or just like a movie?
A live stage show. We went to a thing called the Uni Review, which was a bunch of college students, I guess, basically, and some older folks.
Uni is how Australians shorten university.
It is, in fact.
They just throw that Y on the end, and we've shortened it.
It's how they shorten everything.
Whatever.
Yeah. And it was just them lambasting politics, particularly here in Australia, particularly in Tasmania, but then also in the United States. At one point, they unfurled a big. It was meant to be a Nazi flag, but instead of the swastika in the center of the white circle, it was the Tesla logo, which Charlotte laughed at significantly because of my reaction to it. That one hit home a little hard, and I struggled. I struggled there. It's just like,
sorry, not all of us are from the U.S. or live in the U.S. What's going on there that you would make fun of the politics? And unfamiliar.
I don't know if you know, but yeah, Tesla has a different connotation now than it used to, thanks to their CEO going off the rails and destroying
That's
the
that.
entire
I
American
disagree.
government.
I was ahead of the curve. I did not like Tesla owners.
Yeah, I
even
also didn't
before.
like Tesla for a really long time. I was like, yeah, this dude sucks.
I've spent my whole life just waiting for everyone to catch up with me and my opinions on everything, and it's just like, yeah, welcome to the club. I've been here waiting.
Welcome. Yeah. we have Shaq.
Lilith hated Tesla before it was cool.
Before it was cool.
And
Yes, indeed.
I hated your favorite punk band before they were cool.
Dude,
Already
like,
over.
I like
Already
their
over.
I hate their early stuff more.
I hate their early stuff, and now I hate them even more. But welcome. Now that you hate them, you finally figured it out, you stupid fuck.
Yeah, it's mainstream to hate. Like after their like fourth or fifth iteration, after their fourth or fifth model, like that's when they started really. That's when everyone started like hating on Tesla proper. But I was hating them in like their first and second model.
Oh, you hate Green Day now? I hated them from Kerplunk, so whatever. I thought that was their first really bad album.
Well, and the thing, and I've heard it several times, and I agree with this. The people that are the early adopters of Tesla, and of course they are wealthy to be able to afford $130,000-$140,000 car, but these are the people that put the environment, up front. There's some status stuff that they're doing there too, of course. But,
yeah.
A lot of the people that adopted Teslas are the ones that were trying to be better for the environment. They were trying to be green. They're very, progressive and all of that. And so it's this weird thing of like everybody hating Tesla now and like vandalizing Teslas because a lot of the Tesla owners are on our side of the thing. It just happens to be that now the Tesla CEO is horrendous out front on Front Street, completely public about being a Nazi, and so yeah, it's sad that the people who were just trying to do the good thing and be good to the environment are now caught up in this. The little tangential thing there. Let's move on to what I really wanted to talk about today.
This is so fun.
Yeah.
What do you want to move on to? Talk about something fun.
Just a little bit. Yes. We are pretty much done. I want to get something from my mother, but other than that, we are ready for our wedding. We have our venue, we have our rings, we have our celebrant, is what they call the person that does the officiating of the wedding. We've met with her. I've talked to the photographer. So all is good. Like I said, the only thing that I need is my grandfather was an ordained pastor. He married my mom twice and married my aunt, but passed away before he had a chance to marry me, at least the first time. And my mom has a copy of the ceremony somewhere, and I want to get that and incorporate some bit of it into our ceremony to have him there, because that's important. But otherwise, exactly 1 month from yesterday, we will be married.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. Happy wedding. Happy wedding, both you and you, Charlotte. Charlotte in the chat, hiding there, lurking, being all fiance-ish.
Not to go back to the bummer topic, but Charlotte did comment in the chat there that the horror look on my face when that flag unfurled was priceless, and she did laugh hysterically at it.
Yeah, I know.
But
it's easy to laugh at the nonsense when you don't have fucking skin in the game. I would be laughing too if I didn't have fucking skin in the game. Like, yeah, but it's like, oh.
Well, I'm sure it's also uncomfortable to be in a country that has that much free speech. That they could do that on stage and not fear repercussions. So
excuse me.
But our wedding venue is the local water reserve. So it's just basically lakeside. And we did book a little pavilion spot so that if it rains, because we are getting in the middle of winter, where our marriage is in June, which you would think would be nice and sunny and all the great things, but no, it's in the middle of winter and might be rainy. So we did book a place that has a roof in case we need it. Otherwise, we'll be taking our photos out on the lawn, and it's pretty gorgeous there. So that's great. Welcome back, Amanda.
I had to cough, and I didn't want everyone to see me like fumbling around with tissues and hearing all my noise. So yes, I had to step away for a minute. But now that you know what I was stepping away for, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Well, and the great thing is that now I am in the #1 position. I've never been top left on the show, so I am running things now.
Yeah, I did. Well, yeah, now you're in charge. You're big in charge for sure. I want to say hey to Rich, by the way. Hi, Rich. What's going on? He's on the Twitch. And yeah, I just, saying the hi. We sometimes neglect the Twitch a little bit because we focus on the YouTubes, but because we do, but like I don't want to do that this time, and I owe Rich a big one because Lilith and I did a little voice acting for a project of his, and we're pretty proud of that. We are looking forward to the Cannes Film Festival when that sweeps
nice.
everything. Yeah,
we'll have to let us know when that's done. We'll get that. We'll play that on here live.
Yeah, it'll be good stuff. I wish I had more fun things to talk about. Like this has been a really weirdly uneventful week for me. Like I just like nothing at all happened. Like I didn't do any work, and I didn't like get anything done, and I didn't really see anybody, and so many of my plans got canceled. But what I will say is a thing that I did do this last week was I went and got to go see Robin Hitchcock. And I don't know if anyone of you, do either of you know who Robin Hitchcock is?
I don't. That name sounds familiar.
Directed The Birds?
No, he was a singer from a band. He was in a band called the Soft Boys. Yeah, that's a good one though, Lilith. I appreciate it. That was good stuff. He was in a band called the Soft Boys, and he was they were a British band, and they were like among the people that know. That's a big deal, but like they were never super mainstream, not in the United States, and they didn't have a lot of hits or anything like that. But like among the people that know. But I went with my bandmate Jabe, who like is super into this band. He got me into that band and got me into Robin Hitchcock, and like and like I love him, but like I don't love him like Jabe loves him. And so Jabe, and it was in this town called Ojai, which is this little town in Southern California, kind of tucked away. And it's not a very big place. And he just played at like a restaurant that we go to regularly and we know everyone at. And like, it was like, okay, we're going to go see like this. It would be the equivalent of like seeing essentially like Roger Waters play. It was just like, if you did like a little acoustic set in your restaurant, like, that's the status he is. And it's like, okay, this is wild. But like Jabe, who like was in a band with me, and like, we were never like famous or anything, but like, I mean, we played with some bigger acts, and like we met some celebrities, and like, in Ojai, there's a bunch of celebrities. And so like neither of us are ones to get starstruck. Like it's not a thing that either of us do. But like, and I've never seen Jabe starstruck before, but he was so starstruck for Robin Hitchcock, and it was adorable. And I was just watching him like be flustered and not being able to like talk, and like it was like the cutest thing ever, and I was so excited for it. And like in the end, like, yeah, it was a great show. We had a good time, and I chatted with him, and I talked to his wife, who is of course like the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life. And like, I was like it was just a great time. And like I just wanted to bring that up because it was cool in case anyone does know who Robin Hitchcock is. That's what I did last week. But that's about that. That's all I really did last week. And then I like went to the gym one day. That's it.
Yeah, Lilith hated the Soft Boys before they were big anyway. So yeah,
I hated those guys so much, like from the get-go. Like, and just can't stand
it. You said that they're the Soft Boys, and I just picture Timothy Chalamet. So I don't know if like they were named after him or
I pictured like Proud Boys, but they always got their ass kicked. We're the Soft Boys, and we're pro-fascism. And it's just like pap pap pap. We should really travel in groups.
Please, no.
Please don't hurt us.
Not the face. Not the face.
That's where I
Don't
make
hurt
my
us
money.
Don't hurt us for our horrendous ideals.
Yeah.
No.
The cowardice of fascists is endlessly funny. Do y'all want to jump into a segment? You want to try a new segment?
We can hop in.
I mean,
early.
we are.
This
Why
is-
are you asking us? Like, we've already got it all prepped and ready to go.
Well,
It's for the magic of TV.
I'm
Or
trying.
are you asking
to,
like the audience? And if the audience was like, "Nah, we want the classics."
I am trying to invoke the spirit of improv and the illusion of spontaneity. I'm like, hey, y'all want to try something we never talked about before? And here you are, like just being like, no, there's nothing unrehearsed about this show. The whole thing's scripted. Everything we're saying is written down.
I think everyone knows it's not scripted, but they like you go to an improv show, like like the groups performing together have some kind of idea of what they're doing. I mean, I think we should really give everyone an insight as to how this works. We get a message, all of us get a message from Amanda last night, just demanding an answer within 30 minutes. Do we want to do Meme Diver?
That's what I did.
We want to do this new thing. And I just said, I want to do Meme Diver. And then I immediately, like, here's the thing. If you get a text from Amanda that says, do you want to do this or this? You just, whatever it is that you want to do, we will do. Because it just ends it. Like I can do whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna be hilarious no matter what we do. But yeah, like I need to know in 30 minutes. And then it was just like, okay. And then like 2 hours later, the decision was made. It's like, so I guess we really didn't know. And I don't know, where'd you come up with the 30 minutes?
Well, because I was
deadline?
like, because I was getting ready for Meme Diver, and I was getting all the, like, I had to do all the art and the things and all the prep work. And I was like, wait a minute, I could shift gears. I need to know right now so I don't spend my time doing something that I don't need to do. And that's what it was. It was a matter of efficiency for me. But in the end, like I got all excited and I started doing it anyway. And then I was that
all came through. Yeah. That all came through in the text.
And what do you want to do? Do you want to do this or this? And this is like, well, we want to do this. It's like, well, no, we're doing this one.
Do you want to do this or this thing that I just came up that I really, 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 really want to do?
Yeah, which one do you want?
Let's just do the thing you want to do. Works for me.
Well, let's ask the chat. Hey, chat, put a 1 in the chat.
Just do what
you want to do the one that I want to do, which is the new thing, or put a 2 in the chat if you want to see Meme Diver. That's what I want to know. And then we'll find out when the chat's
also caveat, there is no Meme Diver for us to do. So
I did not prep a Meme Diver. There's no Meme Diver. That's not really an option. So really what I need you to do is just put a 1 in the chat to like rectify like validate like my feelings. Charlotte puts a 7 in the chat. Charlotte's like, I want to see an old episode of Cheers.
Fun poll.
I want you to reenact season 3, episode 4 of Wings. That's what Charlotte wants to see.
We've got some 1s in chat. We've got a really wonderful chat of people that are willing to play along with us, even though that's
delightful.
I love I just love the premise of saying, hey, do you want to do A or B? A is something you know. B, we're not even going to hint at what it is. So make your choice.
I didn't even tell you what it was, did I?
No, you didn't say.
No, it's like we're going to do a new thing. No, here's what it is. So okay. I didn't make the theme or anything, and I apologize for that because I didn't mean to do that. But like, this is going to be called.
If we responded in the half hour, she would have had time to put the theme together. We didn't respond in time, so there's no theme. Sorry, folks.
Raina, go ahead and switch to the shared screen. We'll just put it up there, and so this one's called the Small Town USA Police Blotter. And so what this is I have collected over the years I have a lawyer friend who collects like small town USA, like just 911 calls that were written in like the newspaper.
Okay.
And so I have a selection of cases for us to solve. So we're going to need all your help to get through these. And so we'll go to the first one right here. This is, here it is, on July 20th, a caller says that a complete skeleton washed up on shore. She is west of Cranberry Beach, and Beach Approach, I guess, and she has a Dalmatian. What do y'all think, everyone? What's your thoughts on this case? How should we? Who done it?
First of all, does the woman or the skeleton have a Dalmatian?
That's a good question.
I mean,
that's what I was going to say.
Question. That's a detective question.
That is a detective question, and the question that I have about it is because the problem is I think we need to review the total cases of the facts. But the thing is you brought up a good point that maybe the Dalmatians got the skeleton. Wait, the Dalmatian. Wait, what? Here's the fact.
There's a skeleton. Oh, someone called in and said there was
a whole skeleton.
Why don't you let me just finish talking here? There's a caller calls, said a skeleton washed up the beach, and it says she has a Dalmatian. So I'm asking, does the caller have a Dalmatian, or does the skeleton have a Dalmatian?
Does the skeleton have? That's a good question, because this isn't.
I mean, this is why American police are so bad. Like they don't see, they don't read for context and depth. They're just like, this could mean any number of things.
Mm-hmm. Well, because this is what I was going to do. I was going to review the things that we know about the case, and you bring up a great point. I'm going to bring that up, and so we're going to address that. But like, let's start with the so we've got a caller. That's what we know. Someone called, so we've got point number one. That's what we know. That's these are clues. Clue number one: we've got a caller. This caller says we've got a complete skeleton. And that skeleton washed up on the shore. So like it came from the sea or a lake. We don't know. Do beaches have shores? Do lakes have shores? Like, would you consider
beaches, yes.
Like, because Milwaukee, like when we lived in Milwaukee, like Lake Michigan had beaches, but I don't know if we would ever have called it the shore. Would we have called it the shore, Lilith?
That's what a shore is. Yes.
That's what a shore is. It's the beach. Is it just another way to say beach?
It's just where land meets water.
Just where land meets water. So that's the shore. Okay, so we've got a skeleton washing up on the shore. Now we know that I was assuming this was the caller, but maybe it's the skeleton is west of Cranberry Beach Approach, because maybe the skeleton. So I was thinking this. So we know that the caller uses she, her pronouns, but we don't actually know that, because if that's like, because maybe this skeleton got transvestigated and like it's a bunch of TERFs decided that this was a female skeleton, like it had to be. They're like, that's a female skeleton. You can't change your pronouns. And like so the skeleton might be west of Cranberry Beach Approach. And she has, and either the skeleton or the caller has a Dalmatian. We don't know if it's the skeleton or the caller. But the other thing I was going to bring to light is that, so if this is the caller is west of Cranberry Beach Approach. And what that would tell us would be that the water is to the east. So we're looking at like a place that's like, maybe it's on the east coast of the United States, or it's in one of those spots where the water's on the east. But then I was thinking about it. What if she's at sea? Maybe this is like, maybe they're out in a boat west of Cranberry Beach. So really that doesn't tell us anything. Who done it?
Lilith, are you thinking the same thing I am? I'm reading your face. I'm just feeling like I'm picturing Lilith's thought bubble. Amanda has brought us into this this new segment where she sets up a premise, then talks through every single aspect of it, and finishes the whole thing, and we just kind of sit here. Is that what that look on your face was?
I was just listening. I don't. You're reading too much into.
Okay,
I was just listening to what I was being
Fair
told.
enough. Fair enough.
Honestly,
All right.
if it's a dead skeleton, it was probably a knight from Dark Souls that killed it.
That's a
As
good.
opposed to
That's a
another
good
skeleton.
point. That's a good.
Yeah,
I mean, if it was a live
that's the only time
skeleton,
I
that would be
see.
terrifying.
That's the only time I see dead skeletons.
It's pretty
A
scary.
complete
if it was-
skeleton. A complete skeleton. Are we
That's-
sure this isn't? Are we sure this isn't like a high school biology skeleton that somehow got washed up?
I mean, that's kind of where I was going with it. Was like it's like a whole skeleton. Do we even know that it's a human skeleton? I guess it could be a dog skeleton. It could be the skeleton.
Again,
A Dalmatian.
this is why the American police are so ineffective. Like that, what kind of skeleton is it? Who has the Dalmatian? No one knows.
I would say
I'm going to bring in a few knights for questioning.
I do appreciate one of our junior sleuths in the chat commenting a really poignant point that if the caller were to say that the skeleton was female, the caller would have to have a great deal of knowledge of skeletons to be able to determine that. So I think that's unlikely. It just sounds like just a random person out walking their dog. So I'm going to go with the caller is female. And
I think that's reasonable.
I am very dubious to the idea of an
whole
entire skeleton, a complete skeleton washing up anywhere.
Just like here it is.
Yeah. And going back to the previous point, you know, how would a layperson just walking their dog be able to look at a skeleton and identify that it was in fact complete?
Yeah, what if the cops show up and like the pinky finger bone is missing? Like, well, this must be the wrong skeleton because we were told a complete skeleton. Like the person saw it, she saw it, she went, she counted all the bones. She was like, "This is a complete skeleton." There's no doubt.
This isn't a complete skeleton. This is most of a skeleton. This is like most of a skeleton and a complete skeleton are not the same thing. Not when you're walking the beat.
As a cop, and I've watched enough of The Wire to know, like, you just gotta get the coroner to say it was natural causes, and now it's not a case. And so we're just gonna chalk this one up to natural causes.
You chalk this up to natural causes to avoid the paperwork.
It could be former NBA player Dyson Bailey, who was killed at sea.
It could be.
Maybe
that.
washed up. Yeah, it could be someone who tried to get out to international waters, commit a murder, because murder is legal in international waters. There's no
if you're in then you're in maritime law. You can do whatever you want.
Maritime law. Yeah, unless a captain of a boat sees you, you're off scot-free. Someone says Laura Palmer was found on the beach completely intact. It was not a skeleton. So we're gonna rule out.
She did have a skeleton though.
That's the thing.
It was a complete skeleton, encased in muscles and skin.
There's a full skeleton here.
That's the only way to know it's complete.
Yeah. So I'm gonna discount that it was Leland Palmer being possessed by the demon Bob that killed Laura Palmer here.
I gotta make. Oh, go on, Emily.
I would like to say that I find it interesting. So we've talked at length about this case, and all we have is questions. We have dozens of questions about this case, and yet the information we have says that the dog is a Dalmatian.
We do know the dog. We do know there's a Dalmatian.
I just find it odd that we have no information about this whatsoever. I mean, we have the bare minimum, and yet they've included the finite detail of it being a Dalmatian. And I'm like, I feel like that level of detail is needed, but in other areas.
Well, it's not. You're not likely to see a Dalmatian west of Cranberry Beach approach. That's what it is. This is full west of Cranberry Beach approach.
This is full on like a police chief Wiggum. Like, the suspect is hatless, and it's like, what are the major things?
You say that
there was a Dalmatian in the area. That's all I got. Honestly, Sounds like it was the Dalmatian. The Dalmatian killed the skeleton, stripped it, probably put it in like bromide or whatever you do to do that, and then just left it on the beach. And then here's the best part: you come back with your owner to go for a walk, and your owner sees it, and you're just there. You're completely absolved.
Did it.
You have an
Dalmatian
alibi and
did it for
everything.
sure.
Yeah, this Dalmatian did it.
This is Dalmatian. This reeks of Dalmatian. It's like its fingerprints, paw prints are all over this.
Absolutely. Never trust Dalmatian.
Case closed. Let's move on to the next one here. This one is July 20th. A caller, or that's the one that we just saw. Caller's neighbors have a sign in their yard. The city put it up yesterday, and she went to see what it says, and they have it covered. She wants to know what the sign says.
So,
Uh-oh.
lady,
Whoopsie.
what's it? What's it?
Up.
Like, what's the sign
There we
covered
go.
with, lady? Like, are you just not just like move what they got like a sheet put over it? Just like move the sheet and read what it says. There's no crime committed here.
She needs to know what that sign says. It's from the city. It's super important. How's she gonna know what the sign says, Lilith?
Okay. I do believe I understand one aspect of this. This is a person that has called 911, isn't it?
Yeah, these are 911 calls. You've got a sign in their yard, and the city put it up, and I want to know what the sign says.
Can I be honest, ma'am? The city probably covered the sign because whatever's on the sign is not going to be in effect until they take the cover off the sign. It probably says something like merge left, but we haven't started
we're
road
not
work
supposed
yet.
to merge left yet.
You don't have to merge left until we dig a hole in the right. Like,
yeah, that lane
this
is
is why
not yet closed.
These are all little microcosms into why America sucks.
This is like
people
you're such a good
people call
detective.
9/11 out of this. Well, it's because I start naturally from a place of hating everyone and everything, so it makes me easy to get to the bottom of their bullshit.
You do.
I have no
hate
empathy.
people.
I have no empathy for this person. I'm not getting blinded by their, oh, you have a need. Oh, I empathize with your need to know. It's like, you'll know when you need to know. You don't need to know now, so shut up.
It's true. It's the truth. Yeah.
I thought we were going to be solving cases. This really isn't a case that needs to be solved.
This is a case.
I'm not sure why you called your best detectives in on this.
Because I also now that she brings up this point, I also want to know what the sign says, because maybe
You could
it
have
does
just
say merge left.
You could have just sent Barney Fife out here to handle this one.
She wants to know what the sign says. Let's go on to the next one. Here we got
the sign says. Hold on. The sign says long-haired hippie people need not apply.
Oh no, it's racist.
And the sign said long-haired hippie people need not apply. So I tucked my hair up under my hat. And you guys remember the signs?
Is that a Bob Dylan song? Sign, is that the sign everywhere? A sign everywhere. Don't walk on my grass.
Yeah, that's
no, I know that one. Yeah, the sign. Yeah, I know the sign song. I forgot about it though.
That's what the sign says. It probably says pick up after your dog.
Probably.
Yeah.
So just pick up after your dog, lady.
Dalmatians not allowed. No skeletons.
It'd be great if it said quit being a nosy bitch.
Nosy bitches.
Oh, what a sick burn!
Yeah.
Let's try this one here. July 19th
is not ready for you.
July 19th, an officer was flagged down by the owner of the go-karts to report a male subject with a skateboard having sex with his garbage can around 2 a.m. last night. He was advised to call it in while it's happening.
I love that this town is so small that everyone knows who the owner of the go-karts is.
He owns the go-karts.
He goes the guy.
Vic owns the go-karts.
You know the guy, the go-kart guy. Yeah.
The go-kart guy.
You know, go-kart guy called.
You know,
his name
Mario,
is fucking his
go-kart guy.
garbage can again.
Oh.
This is, again, there's so much unnecessary information here. The fact that the person who owns go-karts doesn't matter. The fact that the person fucking the garbage had a skateboard doesn't matter. Also, wait, go back, wait.
I'm fucking up. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it right, and I've got the screen all.
So this guy flags down an officer. He's like, officer. There's a man having sex with my garbage. And then he was advised to call 911. The cop was just like, man, I'm done for the night. I need you to just call in. Now, if I was the cop who got assigned to this from 911, I'd find out who that first cop was, and I'd make sure that his life was living out.
911.
So, okay, I'm really confused again.
Okay.
This person has flagged down a cop.
Yeah.
And the cop said, tell us
The owner of the go-kart
happening.
flagged down a cop.
Yeah.
Remember,
and the cop said, you need to tell us when it's happening. But why would you flag down a cop if it wasn't happening then? Oh, hey,
Exactly.
That's right.
Hey,
2 weeks ago, I saw this dude do a thing.
Last night at 2 a.m., a dude with a skateboard was fucking his garbage can, officer. What are you going to do about it?
Anyways,
I threw away my real doll, and I come out, and this guy's having sex with it.
No. Yeah, no, he's having sex with a garbage can. So
he's having sex with the garbage can. Yeah.
Honestly, JD Vance, we can move on.
If he's so big that he can have sex with a garbage can, I mean, he doesn't have many options. And he's gonna tear someone in half. You know, have some empathy here, some sympathy.
Maybe he made a hole in the side of the garbage can.
Well, that's a great way to do like a home circumcision, just like cutting a hole in metal and then just like,
no garbage can. I'm assuming this is a plastic garbage can.
Not gonna feel any better.
I haven't seen a metal garbage can since 1988.
I have a question.
Did you check your diary for that? Like you knew the exact year you last saw
it. I remember the day. I remember the day they made the switch.
October 18th, 1988. Saw a metal garbage can and thought, wow, you don't see those many times anymore.
Emily?
If you were to modify a trash can in a way to make it an object for fornication, would you need to then do it outside? Wouldn't you do that inside? Wouldn't that be an alone?
No, it smells like garbage. Garbage can smells like it. Now it smells like garbage and jizz. I don't want that in my house.
Semen.
Why would you bring that into the house?
Well, we have to. Well, I feel like we're all assuming that this sexual act is consensual. Like the garbage can is all for it, but like I don't know. Like maybe that's why the officers like wait till it's happening so we can find out if this is a rape.
No, that's why he came running out of his house at 2 a.m. He heard the garbage can resisting.
Yeah, well, and the thing is if it's happening in an alleyway behind a building beside a house, sort of a thing, it's it's something that there's a lot of shame behind, and it's something that somebody wants to kind of keep hidden a bit. So I guess I
wonder how the skateboard came into play, because like he did a sweet deck slide and then just started fucking
clearly
did an awesome Jesus Christ.
You're so out of pocket here. That's so dumb. Clearly the skateboard is being cucked and being made to sit in the corner and watch this happen.
To watch the skateboard's watching.
He used to fuck me and now he's fucking the garbage can.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? What is
odd details again with the skateboard. I mean, this is an old get off my lawn guy trying to get a skateboarder in trouble, right, by saying he was having sex with the garbage. That's what I think. Either that or it's JD Vance One of the two.
JD Vance is fucking garbage cans for sure. There's no question about that.
Yeah. But then
Fucking
he realized
garbage cans killing popes. That's his jam.
Then he realized later on, after he was done with his skateboarding days, that it would just be better to, it'd be more comfortable to have sex with the couch. And there you go.
Not as many rough edges on the couch.
Let's try another one here. We got a mail caller advised that there is a person in the park who needs to be cited under the Clean Air Act.
Fucking white people. Straight up.
Someone in the park, officer. Someone in the park is violating the Clean Air Act. Now, I like to think that this is just someone who is in the park farting a lot.
Yep. Yeah.
You think this is a farter, or do you think this is someone that was like they had a little factory in the park?
That's what I assumed. They were building like they built like a small coke oven, and they were burning coal. Who knows what they were doing? They were smelting iron.
For sure.
Yeah.
A little home.
The EPA in here.
Got out in the park. Yeah.
Hey, maybe it was literally someone who owned a business that was and he's like, I tracked him down. I was like, look, the owner of that company needs to be cited. He's here in the park.
They're in the park. They're in the park right now, enjoying a picnic with his family.
But I'm going to make a citizen's
Bust
arrest.
his ass. Yeah. He violates the Clean Air Act. That's I like that one. I like that one a lot. I hope that's right. I hope they did nail him right to the wall. Dragged him off in cuffs, kicking and screaming.
Nah, they just fined him something he could easily afford, and they moved on. That's like a $2,000 fine, sir. He's like, that's cool. I make that before lunch every day.
Yeah, if that's all it takes to violate the Clean Air Act, I'm just gonna keep doing it. That's what he said.
Based on
that's the cost of doing business.
I love that he called 911 for this.
Yeah, and based on the
called
quality
911
before, we know that he's calling it on somebody who's farting. We know.
It's just a stinky person. It's like, this person smells so bad, I'm gonna make a joke to the police officer.
I actually
violating the Clean Air Act.
This is weird, but I actually have
called the person.
I have the 9/11 recording if you want to hear it.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hear it, please.
Yeah. All right. Someone answer the phone.
All right, I'll do it. Are you gonna give me one of those?
Ring.
Hello, 911. What's your emergency?
Hey man, I'm down here at the park at Smithfield Junction. And here's this dude. He is fighting up a storm. He is just fighting away. My little kid's trying to play baseball, right? He's trying to play baseball and he can't because it smells so bad. So I need to get the EPA down here right away, snatch this guy up because he's violating the Clean Air Act. Click.
Okay, that's the end of that. I was gonna say something, but I don't need to because I have all the information I need. The EPA's on its way.
Yeah, I told you the park. I told you to look for the guy farting.
Exactly, there it is. Some guy's farting up a storm.
That is something that I did not know that you could call 911 for to send in the EPA. I'm going to
be real honest with you.
All the government agencies are tied in together, right? Like it's all one big switchboard. Yeah, send them in.
You can call 911, 911, 911 for anything. They can't stop you from calling.
Apparently,
you could just. Oh, after the fact they can. After the fact they can, but they can't stop you from calling in.
It's true. They can't.
I'm sensing a theme, and we're here to solve crimes, and I think I know what the crime is that we're going to be solving at the end of this, but I'm going to let it go a couple more.
Well, this is why I've got one more. Here's our last one for the day. This one here is a South Bend resident got a letter in the mail threatening them. The letter said, "Dear piece of shit." It refers to owing money, and they don't owe any money. So...
Wow.
What do we do with this one?
I think that the person who received this letter has some personal problems. because if I received a letter that said "Dear piece of shit," I'd be like, well, clearly that's not me.
That's
This is a
not me.
letter that wasn't intended to come to me.
Like, oh, I have a piece of shit. Wait a minute.
Right?
I don't know any money,
I don't owe any money, but he's right.
but I have a piece of shit.
I love the idea that 911 is like an emergency response, and someone got a letter and felt that they needed the police there immediately. I need you here immediately. This just came by parcel post. It was probably mailed 3-4 days ago.
Someone handwritten out.
But I also think we're focusing too much on the person receiving the letter and not enough on the person sending the letter, because this is not the way to collect money. I mean, if it's a legitimate debt owed, you follow proper channels, you get your lawyer involved, you get a collection agency involved. If it is through, let's say, illegal dealings, you just send over a guy to go get your money, and you break a kneecap or whatever. Like, Tony Soprano never sent anyone a letter that they owed them money.
Well, maybe it's like a high school prank or something, and it's like a chain letter.
It's like, dear
Chain
piece
letter.
of shit, if you don't send this 9 of this letter to 9 of your friends, you owe us fucking money, you fucking piece of shit.
But also, there's no threat here. Again, like, I can't solve these cases. I can't solve these cases. All the information is like, dear piece of shit, you owe me money. Like, but what's the threat?
Also,
yeah.
I'm gonna go grammar Nazi here for a second, and I shouldn't say that word. I'm gonna go like the grammarian here and say, okay, dear piece of shit is a quote and should be in quotation marks. But the fact that threatening is in quotation marks means that it wasn't actually threatening them.
Right.
So what was the letter doing? Did the person interpret the meanness of the letter to be threatening?
I think that's what it is. I think they're like, they called me a piece of shit. That's a threat. That's a threat. They said I owe money. I don't owe money. That's a threat. That's a threat. You gotta get after them. They're threatening me.
I'm be honest, the way things are going in the US, this is how you're gonna get letters from your banks in like 5 years. Be like, hey, you piece of shit, you owe us late fees. You overdrew your account, you piece of shit.
I think to think it was like a ransom letter, like it had the piece of the letters clipped out from the magazines. All the random ones, they were like, dear piece of shit. Like, this is like what the guy on The Jerk would say, like when he was hunting like people in the phone book. It's a fucking random piece of shit. You owe me money.
I mean, like the
idea, this might be a great way to make money in the future America. Just like send a letter, call it 200 letters. You owe me money. 200 letters. You owe me money, you piece of shit. If 2 people pay you, that's money you didn't have before.
You win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the next Prince Nigeria scam for sure.
I'm a visual person, so like you sure. Say, it's all cut out from newspaper and magazines kind of a thing, the ransom letter style. But my brain, for the comedy of it, imagines that dear and peace are made up of different letters, but shit is an entire word. Like they actually found that in a headline in a magazine.
I think the thing we're also overlooking here is South Bend. We all know it's in South Bend, the University of Notre Dame. Pretty much everyone in South Bend is a piece of shit. So,
I mean, if it's South Bend, Indiana, this could be South Bend anywhere. This is small town USA.
South Bend, comma anywhere.
South Bend, small town USA. This could be in Kentucky. This could be in Maine. This could be in California. South Bend, California. South Bend, Texas.
Amanda writing a newer updated version of our town over here. South Bend, anywhere America.
Anywhere USA. 6969 Cool Street.
So the town full of pieces of shit who owed money to everyone.
I didn't know anybody. You call me a piece of shit. Don't call me a piece of shit. I don't know anybody.
Don't threaten me with this language.
Don't threaten me. Call me a piece of shit. That's the segment. That's it. It's over.
Dear 911, I just got a letter. And they're like, what? A letter? What are you calling us for?
I solved the cases here. The common theme: all of these people who have called in should receive at least fines. I don't think it warrants jail time, but clearly these are all unnecessary of being calls to 911.
I would also add to build on what you're saying is that none of these were cases to be solved.
That's true. I feel like I'm a little curious about the whole skeleton.
Yeah.
I'm dying to know more about the skeleton. And quite frankly about the man fucking the garbage can.
We need some follow-up. We need to get some investigators on this and get us the follow-up and we just need more information. We
definitely need to get forensics down to that garbage can. I'm sure the evidence we need is there.
Is there? We have a couple minutes. Amanda, can you go back to the first one? I want to.
Yeah, sure. Let's go
on that location.
That's this one here. This one. The complete skeleton. Yeah, west of Cranberry Beach Approach. Hello?
Cranberry Beach skeleton. Let's see. Mysterious skeleton-like figure found on UK beach. This isn't the UK. No.
Skeleton-like figure. That's not a whole skeleton.
And
it's skeleton. A complete skeleton. It's like a complete breakfast.
I'm not finding
it's a skeleton and a cup of coffee and a glass of orange juice.
Cranberry Beach Approach is a road located on the Long Beach Peninsula in Washington State.
That sounds about right.
It is a popular access point for the beach, especially during events like the Washington State International Kite Festival.
Well, we found the state. That's great.
I mean, that's the thing is like, okay, Washington makes sense. But like, I mean, I don't know about like, I would hate to see a whole skeleton during the kite festival. I would hate for that to get ruined by a scary, scary skeleton.
It might have just been that it was a kite with a skeleton on it.
Oh, that sounds scary. That's the scariest kite I've ever heard of.
A matter of fact, I actually found the Chinook Observer where a lot of these clips came from. Someone stole clothes out of a laundry room. Other things have been happening. A person is in Long Beach at the police station and does not understand what the hours mean. While it was taken last night, reporting party has video of person and plate of vehicle that took it.
Yeah. I think I want to thank everyone for watching our fine news segment, Small Town USA Police Blotters. Put a 1 in the comments if you liked that, want to see more of it. Put a 2 if you don't ever want to see that again. You just want Meme Diver. That's what, and then I'll decide what I want to do, regardless of what you
we'll just do
in the comments. Lilith, what do we have for our housekeeping? Do we have anything to say here?
Yeah, hey, a few things in the comments or the description of this video. There are links to books that we have quote unquote written. Feel free to purchase them, and if you've read them or bought them, leave reviews. We would appreciate it. If you just can't get enough, you just need more of this kind of stuff. In an hour, Mediocre Poker's coming up. Amanda Bonanza will teach you how to lose at poker. And
it's been that.
Yeah,
it's been that for sure.
And then tonight, are we doing Border Trans?
We are doing Border Trans.
We're doing Border Trans. Yay! I'm so excited.
Border Trans is going to happen at 8 p.m. Eastern today. I'm going to leave it up to you to figure out what that is for your time zone, but it will be 8 p.m. Eastern.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It makes me so happy. I'm so excited to do that one.
I want to know, there was another thing I wanted to bring. I did want to bring up, there's a new item in the Transverse shop, in the Etsy shop. And it is the Scissor Me Timber shirt. Now, what it's not, which is a little bit of a bummer, it's not a tank top. It's a V-neck. It's a woman's V-neck, but hopefully we'll be getting a tank top in there. But I bought it. I haven't gotten it yet. I can't wait to wear that. I feel like that's going to be a great shirt to wear. And I can't think of a better way to just fly the flag than that, like, honestly. It's wearing a shirt that just says basically open for business.
Come sex me.
Yeah. Hey, girls. I like you.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey. That's about that. Hey, thanks everybody for watching. Yeah, we'll see you in the top of the next hour, and then we'll see you at 8 p.m. Eastern for Border Trans. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Love you.